Good morning. Been up for a while, but it's still morning, I think. I had to look over the clock, but the clock was invisible. Been watching my favorite show, Stassi. I don't know. I enjoy watching it. Not that, it's such a spectacular show, but been working with the heater lately, playing around with the timer. The cycle is off. It cycles 3 times and shuts off in between where it should cycle just one whole continuous shutting, leaving the fan on but shutting off the heater of it turning on and off. But so we're playing around. My brother and I are playing around with the set points on the timer. Well, not playing, but trying to set them so it runs smoother and it doesn't shut off in the middle of a cycle, and all of a sudden it shuts off at the end of a cycle, and then the blower kicks on a minute later and gets the heat out. So that's what we've been doing. I was looking outside to see if it was raining yet. It's supposed to get rain and snow. They're saying anywhere from 2 to 4 inches or more. Yeah, we get snow, and I'll be showing you that. There's a cat out back. Like we need another cat. Not this one, but saw a new fur ball yesterday. Something new came into the neighborhood. Some big furry thing. I haven't seen him around, so hopefully he's just visiting and he'll move on. I don't think I said anything, but last summer had such a bad infestation. Well, we've had an infestation of cats in the neighborhood. At one point, I think I counted like 13 or 14 cats in the backyard a couple years ago. And this year I caught 8 of them and moved them a little bit down south. Let them off into a new housing area. Well, kind of wilderness, but there's a housing area, so they'll find the houses down there and feed on it. I don't need that. And they come and shit in my front yard all the time, and they still do. The neighbors that moved into the apartments out back up the alley, there's 2 of their cats that come and shit in my yard all the time. I've set a trap and they don't eat it. They don't even go for it because everybody else feeds them. The people who own them feed them, and then the crazy cat lady next door feeds them. Well, she feeds everything out there on her porch. But yeah, I guess I'm done with my cat rant. But it happens. You get strays, and then you get people who don't take care of their cats and let them wander the neighborhood. I think I gave you guys an update on the heater. I've been listening to vlogs. It sounds better through the headphones. But we got the pins done of where they should have been. And the furnace still did the 3 turns on, turn off. And the last one was just, it blew the air afterwards. It shut off the blower. My brother reset the pin on the limit where how hot it gets, and it seemed to work fine the first time, but we have to wait for another time. And you got to remember, or you don't know yet, but each time the furnace cycles is an hour. So we have to wait another hour to see when it kicks on of what it's doing. Instead of turning it up, we just let it cycle because that's where the temperature is left. So a couple ago, I heard a structure fire call in Paulden. And I'll tell you about that in a minute, of what she was just saying. So they had a structure fire call in Paulden, and they started looking through their database. If you're not signed up for fire protection out there, your house burns up. They check the records first while they're en route, and if you don't have coverage, they let it burn. So I hate to be one of those homeowners out there that, oh, you didn't pay your $140 a month or whatever. I don't know what it is, but that's just a figure I just threw out. But yeah, if you don't pay your fire coverage, they let it burn. And they were going to let this house burn if it was on fire. Come to find out, it was a controlled burn in the backyard. And they were having the battalion chief and the sheriff's office, sheriff deputy, well, sheriff's officer, but a deputy, go and check to see if there were any people in the house first. And if there are lives to be saved, they'll do that. But otherwise, they just let it burn, and they've let burn probably I think 4 or 5 houses this past year that I can remember. It's been 4 or 5 houses that have been burnt down because they didn't have coverage, and it's been in the paper, and they're upset people because they live out there and they don't have coverage, but that's how they're running things. And what she was talking to about on the scanner, it's snowing. Yes, snow in Arizona. I just looked outside before I started this, and it's white. I'll give you maybe a peek through the door. It's cold. I don't know what the temperature is offhand, but it's cold enough. I want to stay indoors. But yeah, I've heard the plows out for county, and now Prescott streets are getting their plows out to cinder, they call it. They throw cinders down on the road, not sand. Well, it's mixed in with sand. It's, how to describe it? It comes from volcanic, not rock. Yeah, I guess it's a volcanic rock. Cinders is. It's a black type of rock. They crush it up really fine. And they put a little salt in it, but not enough down here to rust out the vehicles, like back east it does. Vehicles 10 years old will have a bunch of rust from the salt, and down here you can have it 40, 50 years and the vehicles are fine. Of what they use, they do use salt, a liquid salt, for the bridges. They spray it on the bridges to melt the ice there. I'm trying to listen to what's going on too around here. Flagstaff, they've had the plows out most of the day. I've listened to a few wrecks. They had a 3-car wreck just below Ash Fork a little while ago, and none of the helicopters could fly, so they were sending everybody code 3 up there, which is lights and siren, and that's over 50 miles to get to where the accident was from Prescott. So they sent out 3 ambulances to that one. So let's go have a look through the door at least of what it looks like outside. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's still snowing out here. Figured I'd give you a better shot. Probably over an inch. That's what it seems like. I haven't walked out on it. It's not too bad. It's not cold, but you know, it is a little bit. Yeah, it's a light snow out here. Not too sure how much more we're gonna get, but they said 2 to 4 inches. It's probably over an inch of snow at least. So yeah, that's what it looks like. 2 o'clock in Prescott, Arizona. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the snow outside. What little bit there is right now. It's only about an inch. But if we get 2 to 4 inches, that'll be a few days worth, and it would all melt away again. I'll show you, it doesn't last long around here. Not like what I'm used to back east, you know. But, you know, we'll get maybe a week or so, and then it melts, and then, you know, a little bit of warmer temperatures, probably in the 40s. I doubt if we get 50. We might. But, yep, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.